Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. Joining us in the studio is Doug Garland from Bear Notch Ski Touring in Bartlett. How are you, Doug?
Doing pretty good.
You've been busy these last couple days.
Yes, there was quite a weather event we just had. Getting through that one was tough. We actually had to close for a couple of days just to let things drain, and we spent all of yesterday enhancing our drainage. You're getting out there and cleaning up the drainage ditches and letting things drain. So what was green snow is turned back to white snow.
Yeah. And we were talking briefly, and I think one of the things about Bear Notch Ski Touring, you have how many kilometers total?
We have about 60 kilometers
About 60
total.
kilometers total. But the key is, I can go out into my backyard and I can go cross-country skiing, But the key is having it properly groomed and knowing, okay, we have to drain this trail, we can't go too deep on this, whatever. And that's what you guys know so much about, is about your grooming.
Oh, we're known for our grooming.
Absolutely.
John's we're the only place that's had the same groomer for 22 years. We actually cut the trails too, so we know him fairly well.
Yeah.
John, I think he probably went out around midnight last night because we had to let things drain enough so he could get on it.
Yep.
But even then, it's a very touchy grooming. He has the renovator out and the tiller out because it chilled off very quickly. So things set up like a rock right after they were very soft. But underneath it's soft, so you don't want to get into that soft stuff at all because it comes back up and refreezes. So today, he got himself a nice machine-groomed loose granule surface on 12 kilometers. We're going for quality over quantity today.
Right.
Because he's gone over that. I think he said he used a full tank of gas just doing that 12 kilometers.
Really?
He's been over it that many times.
Wow. But that's the knowledge that you guys have about, like you say, knowing your trails, knowing where the wet spots are, knowing how they drain, and that's what you want. I mean, for cross-country skiing, I want quality.
Yeah.
I'm not a great cross-country skier, so if I were to encounter stuff that was poorly groomed, that's going to make my day miserable.
Yeah.
So I want quality.
And that's what we figure on the quality situation. Now, we have 12K. Some of our better skiers, that's not enough for them, but they can do it twice.
Right.
I'd rather ski on something that's nice twice than something crappy once.
Absolutely.
So, they'll have to make do. Yesterday, I was not even sure we'd be able to get any trails open today. I consider it pretty lucky. We had a lot of calls yesterday about, are we going to be able to get open? And I'm glad to let people know we do have something out there, and it is a good quality product, just not as much as we'd like.
Right. But, with the great amount of snow that we got before Christmas week, during Christmas week, that's unbelievable. That's a great thing for you guys to be able to, because unfortunately there are years where this much rain, that would have shut you down.
Oh, yes.
But again, it's all about trail maintenance.
Yeah.
And, because there are probably some areas that did lose a lot of their conditions because they're not maintained.
Yeah, we were very gentle on it before this, even though we had 36 inches of snow.
Right.
So it's real tempting to go out there and pound it right down really a lot. But we've done it for 22 years, and we knew something was going to come happen. Mother Nature can't be that easy on you.
Right.
As things were coming up too good. So we didn't pack it down too badly, and what we did, even when we had a ton of snow, we shoveled a lot of our weak spots in.
Oh,
so
good,
now that the snow's in position where it should be, and we're just waiting for it to drain out on a lot of these trails. We'll have them groomed out. By tomorrow, we should be able to open up some more trails.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We always get a January thaw, whether this is the official January thaw for January.
It should have qualified.
Or not, yeah. It should qualify, so that means don't have any more January thaws. But like you say, it's going to happen, so you got to plan for it.
Yeah.
And so, looking at the footage, this is just some of the great trails you have. And one of the great things you have is you've got wide open fields, but you've also got the great in the woods.
Yes. Unfortunately, today we can't get down to the river. That area in the fields is a little bit too wet still. But we do have the waterfall trails, and the waterfalls are gorgeous today because it's running pretty nice. And that's a nice beginner to intermediate terrain to it. That's all tracked. And we got the upper experimental forest trails, which are in really good shape. And then down trail, East Albany Brook and those there, he tracked all those out. He groomed all those out also.
Yeah. But last week when it was 40-mile-an-hour winds, you could still ski in the trees.
Yes. And that's the nice part about the trails we do have open today are our wind-protected trails too. Yeah. And they're the warmest ones we have. So if wind becomes a factor, you've got both good conditions and you're out of the wind.
Right.
And we got the soups on and the breads on. We're just waiting for people to show up. We got the rentals all fired up.
There you go. Now, do you have any events or anything coming up? Any specials that you got or
No.
plans?
Well, no. We run specials every day.
Right, run specials. No, but I didn't know whether there are any new events coming up that you got.
No, we haven't got any events planned right at the moment. It's just trying to keep this good skiing going. That's all. That's enough of an event for us. No, but we do lessons.
Yeah, well, let's talk about lessons because I learned to, or I never really properly learned to cross country ski years ago, and then took it up again last year. And a lot of people go out on cross country skis thinking, oh, it's not downhill. Why do I need to take a lesson? But how important is a lesson with cross country skiing?
It's really not a complicated sport, but it's like everything else. Once it's explained to you, it makes it simple. And if you get off on the right foot, per se, it's really helpful to actually learn how to do it right before you get some bad habits established.
Exactly.
And like I say, it's really a simple sport, but it's just a matter of having it explained to you properly. And my brother Clifton does a great introductory lesson. People come back from that and they're happy. They build confidence is what it's all about. Like you said before, if you see something on the trails, it's going to ruin your day. If you build your confidence up, you'll be able to ski right around that. You'll be able to make that turn that you've been worried about, things along that line. So taking a lesson is important. We have a learn to ski package. It's a real good deal. For $50, you get your lesson, your rental, and your day pass. And that lesson usually lasts about an hour and a half.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And you offer them all throughout the day, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other thing we offer that is real family oriented is if you're skiing with a paying adult, 16 and under ski free at our place. So we get a lot of families in that case because we're trying to make it economical for everybody.
Right.
So that, our tickets aren't that bad price for adults. So you bring a couple adults and you bring a whole family with you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it is such a family friendly area anyway because of the style of terrain.
Yeah.
You can find that stuff. Some people, they fear cross country sometimes. Oh, I don't want to go up any hills. Yeah. But you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, you don't have to. You set your own limits as far as what you want to do there. A lot of people will just ski the scenic and simple, and it's gorgeous down by the Saco River.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things we actually offer is for a beginner to get out for first time and get out and see the Saco River and stuff like that. It's not just the matter of getting fresh air. It's so beautiful out there. It's unbelievable.
And that's one of the great things too that I think some people forget, that you're out in the winter, and you've got this transportation on your feet, and it's gorgeous and it's quiet, and you're in the middle of what we love about the Mount Washington Valley and the White Mountains.
Oh yeah, yep. We're lucky to have such good real estate up there as far as because half your battle is already won when you have really a pretty terrain.
Right.
And then you groom it like John does every day. I mean, he grooms every day. It's just amazing how good it comes out.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. And if people need some updated information, if they're not sure, they can go to your website, which is what?
www.bearnotskitouring.com.
Okay. So Bear Nut Ski Touring.
We try to keep that updated as much.
Right.
That's the best place to go to as far as, especially in varying conditions, as far as updating everything. We try to keep it updated.
Absolutely. And I imagine, especially with this type of weather, that what you have in the morning versus what you have at noon could be very different. So
yes.
It's a great way to keep that updated and find out, keep yourself updated and find out what you...
Oh yeah, John was filling up the tank again, going back out.
So he's going to do some more of that.
Yeah.
So. Well, that's great. Well, Doug, thanks so much for coming by. Always good to see you. And definitely check out Bear Notch Ski Touring. Let them make a Bear Notch believer out of you and enjoy. I think that's the best way to say it. Just enjoy these conditions. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.